Hi friends, this is Svava Brooks coming to you talking about how to heal and restore after abuse or trauma. Hi friends. Hey, how are you doing today? Hey friends. Thanks for joining me today. Whoops, let me see, I'm gonna unplug here the power cord and set this up. Hopefully I can do that without it falling apart. How are we doing today? Good to see you. If you're new to my world, thanks for popping in. I am an abuse survivor coach, and what does that mean? Well, I help adult survivors that have recovered or are in recovery from childhood abuse. I help them restore and heal their body, minds, and spirit. I am so passionate about helping people know that no matter what we've been through, we can restore, we can heal, and we can live wholeheartedly. Really, we can. I'm a walking example of that. Hey friend, thanks for joining me today. So if this is your first time here with me, I am actually going through my new book. Just published this one in December, my second book. So excited about this. Release Your Authentic Self. That's what we're working on, talking about one day at a time, how we can reclaim our authentic selves. Because what happens when we are hurt as children? We disconnect from our bodies, we disconnect from our feelings, we disconnect from our truth. And our truth is who we are, right? When we're not allowed to have our feelings or talk about what's happening to us, we make up stories about ourselves, about our families, and about the world. And unfortunately, it's a brilliant coping mechanism, right? It's brilliant because it helps us stay in the environment. We normalize whatever it is that happened to us. But it may not always be healthy. It works for us as children to stay safe, to disconnect from it. But when those beliefs and that belief system, our core beliefs, those false beliefs, toxic beliefs, okay? Getting real here. When they grow with us into adulthood, they become what gets in the way. They become our wall that keeps other people out and keeps our truth in here with nowhere to go, right? And we keep the hurt locked in, right? Kind of in the vault. I often talk about it. I was so disconnected from my body and my heart. I was the ice queen. I grew up being a little Miss Perfect. I was really good at pretending everything was okay and I was happy, but inside I was falling apart and I was hurting badly. But now, what I learned to connect everything that I knew about coping and surviving and about trauma, to really connect that to my heart. With my kindness and compassion and care for myself, I learned to love myself. And after 20 years of healing, I recognized I got something here. And other survivors started coming to me and asking, Svava, how do you do it? You seem like you're doing all right. And so from that place, I'm sharing, and that's why I wrote the book. 5 years ago, I was kind of coming through the outside of surviving, really starting to thrive. But I wanted a guide, right? What are the daily practices? What are some of the things that I do, say, and think, and like my behavior? What does it look like to be a thriving victim of abuse, right? No longer associated with being a victim, meaning, yes, it happened to me, but it's not what I live out of every day. So thanks for being here and listening to me. I'm gonna read a little bit from the book, and just want to say the book is available on Amazon or Kindle. And I've also created a closed Facebook group for the readers of the book that if you're interested in learning more, I hope you join us. And so today, day 4, So each day has a paragraph, a little bit of truth, as I call them. Thanks for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it. And then there's 2 questions that I ask as an invitation for us to dig a little deeper, right? To go a little deeper, reflect on, what does this truth have to do with me, right? How can I shift out this old truth for the new truth, right? So day 4, what are we up to? I felt really damaged and broken when I began my healing journey. Yes, like I shared, I was Little Miss Ice Queen, and my sole purpose in life was to take care of other people and make sure everybody else was happy. I didn't even know who I was or that I had needs, that I wanted anything. Very disconnected. But I know, now I know why. And I have a lot of compassion for myself because of it. It hurt. So, but I've changed. Now I love myself and all my damaged pieces, my broken parts. My broken parts have become my strong parts. Yes, they have. Yep. Now I listen to their wisdom. They teach me how to feel love and compassion more intensely than I ever thought possible. Yes, this was interesting to say the least. The parts, the damaged pieces, the broken parts that I hid for so long, that kind of were my secrets, my shame, the parts of me that felt responsible for the abuse or what had happened to me, that felt embarrassed and ashamed about the way I had coped. You know, the way coping mechanisms are often the ways that we numb ourselves. You know, I smoked for 8 years. I did a lot of drinking as a young woman. I numbed myself basically with cigarettes and alcohol. You know, and nicotine is a very powerful antidepressant. So it worked. So I used that. I did self-harm. Hey Mel, good to see you. Glad that you popped in here. So just was reflecting on the truth of the day and sharing basically how all those broken parts, how I felt really broken and damaged when I began my healing journey. Oh, you're sweet with all the flowers. You know how to make me happy. Love those flowers. But what I was sharing is that now I love myself, and all the damaged pieces and the broken parts have become my strong parts. And now as a life coach and someone that works with survivors of abuse and trauma, the wisdom that I have gained from really being present and connected to my body has served me well. Hey, thanks Mel for those beautiful hearts. Hey, hearts and stars. Woohoo! Glad to see you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that actually has been one of the ways that I hope to inspire all of you guys, other people as well. So good to see you. Thanks for that beautiful blue heart. I love blue. It's actually my favorite color. I'm wearing my blue. So good to see you. So no, what I learned from my broken parts, I had to listen to their wisdom, because there was wisdom in those parts that I had pushed down into the shadow or deep down inside because I thought they were something I need to be ashamed of or that I should hide. So it was a challenge, and it took time. Trust me, one layer at a time. And when I first started, I was like, no, don't want to go there, don't want to look at that, don't want to see that. But then once I really started to develop that natural curiosity for, like, what's happening in here? Why am I feeling so sad? Why am I feeling so hurt? I more saw the truth about those broken parts. They were hurt. They were the hurt parts. They were the ones that held the grief. They were the ones that felt abandoned, right? So instead of abandoning them further, I learned to make peace with them. and I do a lot of meditation work now, that now all my broken parts, when I do my meditation and I work with my chakras, if that's new to you guys, those are energy centers of our bodies. Like when I do my meditation in my root chakra, I usually light a big fire there in my root chakra, and that big red ball of fire. And in that my root chakra, I bring in all my broken parts, and there's many of them, and all my little girls, my inner children, my infant self, my toddler self, my teenager self, right? And then my young woman self, and then my higher power self. And then I have other parts. And then there's a couple of parts in there that are kind of creepy looking. They're disfigured, but they're parts of me. They took a role and held some secrets and pain and sadness. And I have now welcomed them into my tribe, and they sit in my circle, and they feel just as important and as an important part of me as is my precious little baby girl, my infant self. Or I'm back. I was getting a phone call. That was not what I expected here. So I've accepted all those parts, and they have taught me how to feel love and compassion more intensely than I ever thought was possible. Because, right, I really had to own and care for these parts, really take them into my heart. So the question I wanted to ask as of the truth for today is, which broken parts of yourself do you not love, right? We're all work in progress. There's always another layer. And sometimes even in the beginning, when I knew I had a wounded inner child. Hey friends, thanks for popping in here. Thanks for joining the conversation. Please say hello. I knew I had my wounded inner child, but she was scary to me. I was overwhelmed by her feelings and her fear. So I at least started with putting it on paper that, yeah, I know she's there. I'm not sure if I'm ready, but in the future, my goal is to get support to really start and learn to love her again. So eventually I got there, but it started with identifying them. And if you're not even sure how to start that, to kind of settle down and be quiet with yourself, do a little meditation, ground yourself, feet on your floor, feel yourself sitting on the chair, go inside, and just invite your body to speak to you. Invite any part that's inside there to speak to you and let themselves be seen and heard. And if you need help doing that, that's definitely one of the things that I do, for my clients. And sometimes it's helpful to do with someone else that kind of holds the space for you. But it can be such a beautiful process and so rewarding. So let's see. So which broken parts of yourselves do you not love? And the other question is, why is it difficult for you to love these damaged parts of yourself, right? And like I just gave you an example of what it was like for me in the beginning when I discovered that inside of me was this little girl, was this wounded, terribly angry and hurt little girl. And I had no idea what to do with her. I was afraid of her even. But slowly I learned to connect with her. I learned to bring her into, my heart. And I started communicating with her. I started connecting with her on a regular basis. I brought out a picture of myself in that age that I connected to so I could see her and she could see that I was looking at her. And then I got myself a stuffed animal. I have my little girl here. She's just across the table where I could even hold her. And when she wanted to be held, so I could feel her and she could feel me hold her. Inner child work is very, very powerful and helpful for us so we can reparent ourselves. We can really become the parents and the protectors that we needed when we were young. So let's see, I'd written some notes for myself here. Possibly, why is it difficult for me to love these damaged parts? and notes that I gave him for myself, I mean, who knows? There's probably other parts in here that I'm still working on getting closer. These parts will usually show themselves when they feel like you're ready. That's the beauty of honoring and trusting the process. It always unfolds naturally. Thank you guys for all the hearts. I'm loving it. I really appreciate it. But what I'm saying here is possibly there's some parts there that I need to give more time, more attention, be more consistent, right? And stay with that part until it completely feels fully embodied. And what happens sometimes in the beginning, the reason why we don't fully embody and accept it is because that the behavior or that belief that that part of you is still holding on to still serves a purpose for you. You're still holding on to that false belief for some reason, right? There's something there that maybe you aren't willing to give up yet. And that's okay. We let go of those beliefs and behaviors when we're ready. And we do a lot of self-compassion, right? To honor our truth as we unfold one layer at a time, one baby step at a time, learning how to love ourselves, to allow our true self to be seen. So any thoughts, you guys? I'll step off the soapbox here. I'm loving these beautiful hearts. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Does this resonate with you guys? Do you have any thoughts, any questions? Just gonna pop in here for a little bit, share this quick video and thoughts with you guys about the healing journey. You're welcome, Mel. Thank you. Thank you for being here with your beautiful hearts. Beautiful hearts, thank you. And the flowers, I love it. Love it. How are you doing, hearts and stars? I haven't seen you in a while. How is your new year? I'm sorry, I'm messing with my phone here, making it all shaky, so. Well, be gentle with yourself, Mel. Be gentle with yourself, Mel. Our emotions are really important. That's the information from your body trying to get your attention. There's some parts of you trying to get your attention, and sometimes just holding it. Just holding those emotions with loving kindness, letting them know it's gonna be okay. You're here now. It's gonna be okay. Letting them be seen and felt makes all the difference. All the difference. And hearts and stars, I'm sorry for your news. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you for sharing that with us. Those can be, hard sometimes. Yes. But I hope you have a plan, maybe some action plan from the doctor or support. Our bodies are amazing, how much our bodies can heal and restore when, if there's something wrong. Once we know what's wrong, we can sometimes do something about it. I've been exploring a lot with healing my body through food, and it's kind of blown my mind. Good. 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 Yeah, I actually, this holiday season, mid-December, decided to take out all sugar and starches and coffee. And it was a 2-day shock for my whole system. It was a bit brutal, but I felt so great afterwards. And just amazing how alive our bodies get. So, hey friend. So it's been kind of interesting to, I did that for 2 weeks, and I'm slowly introducing regular food back into my diet. But I loved how it felt, and definitely some of the things that I was eating I'm keeping. So it felt really good. So stay hopeful, my friend. If you're working with a doctor, and take good care of yourself and your diet, and practice some mindfulness to maybe calm down your nervous system. Of course, hey, of course we feel anxious and can go on a roller coaster ride when we get some news. Things can feel out of our control sometimes, but stay connected, stay positive, stay hopeful, and I'm glad you're here. So glad you're here. Well, thanks, friends. Thank you. I appreciate it, Mel. Love to all you guys. Thanks for being here today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Actually, I was thinking tomorrow I'm going to be here after 5 tomorrow, because I'm going with my son. He is volunteering, putting in volunteer hours at a computer center, which is kind of cool. If he volunteers X amount of hours to help pull apart parts for computers, he will earn a free computer. But since he is under 16, this mama has to go with him and put in the hours with him. So I'm gonna be doing that with him tomorrow afternoon for 3 hours, and then I'll pop in here when I get back. But it's super cool. Yeah, they have a place where you can put in some volunteer hours. They recycle electronics and computers and give back to the community, people that can't afford. Yeah, I can earn a new PC too. You can do usually a PC, but I don't think they do laptops. But yeah, my son, as part of his 8th grade project, he is learning how to build a computer. And so he's going to the center, volunteering times for free parts, computer parts, and also he's going to take free classes on how to build a computer. I mean, how cool is that? He's 14 years old and he's so excited. So not a big deal. I'm happy to support him. I get to hang out and watch him. I have to do some of it with him, but I'm glad to do it. So that's what I'm up to tomorrow. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I know some of these things that we talk about can really stir our hearts, so really be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Honor your truth. Honor your truth, and your truth is how you feel at any time. That's the most honest part about being human, is like how we're feeling right here, right now. So listen to, if you feel the need to journal, express in some way what was coming up for you as I was sharing. Or go take a shower. I can't tell you how many tears I've let come just standing in the shower. Just I don't know why I'm crying. I just need to have a good cry, and I'm just gonna do that in the shower. If I have my family around, right? So honor your truth, honor your sweet self, honor your hearts. But thanks for hanging out here with me today. I'll see you guys tomorrow if you have time. Bye, guys. Much love to you all. Bye now. Thanks for all the hearts. Yay, I love them. Much love.